Hey everyone, this is Brian. I'm here with my video review for issue 191 of Sonic the Hedgehog. Now this is the first video review of the comic book I've done on camera in a long time. The reason I haven't been able to do it throughout the summer is because of certain situations. One, I had to spend a lot of time with my family. Certain family members have been over for a couple of nights, spending the night. Certain members of my family are off for the summer from the job, so you get the idea. You've probably been there before, but you get the idea. I mean, I've only been able to do on-camera kind of stuff if I go like to a park or something like that, and that's it. But anyway, I thought I'd kind of give my review on this issue, and I thought it was pretty good. I mean, we start out with the pages that were previewed on the websites courtesy of Archie Comics. And then we get into the fight situation. So, well, basically what I'm saying is that you've read the preview pages already with all of them. I don't know, I can't remember if they have the Knuckles Julie Sue spat in there, but anyway, we just have Julie Sue noticing that Knuckles has got that look on his face again. And basically, what this leads into the fact, and she kind of asks at the same time, where's Sonic? And he kind of says, Sonic's off, trying to take back Freedom HQ, which upsets her because they're supposed to be working on this together as a team. All of them, the Chaotix and the Freedom Fighters. But, Knuckles, as she mentioned earlier, has that look on his face, basically, that look of, depression, anger, the fact that he was urge-jacked and, he couldn't, do it, and that he couldn't control himself when he was urge-jacked. And this kind of leads into a situation where it's kind of like back and forth, where he kind of states that if he'd listened to tell Julie Sue, hey, if I'd listened to my father, I'd been alone. Oh, forever. And that, but by listening to everyone else, he let Angel Island get torn apart, and that listening to himself makes everything worse. And, he's just going off telling Julie Sue, don't tell me, that everything will work out, because his dad's gone, his people were almost wiped out, and he can't face his mother because what has happened. And he doesn't know what to do, and it's driving him insane. And then Julie Sue counters by asking him, doesn't he think it affects her as well? I mean, affects her as well? Ella, not him, because they were also her people. It was also her home, and that what's left of her family is now working for Robotnik. And Knuckles says it's not, and it's all my fault. Oh, and Julie Sue kind of says it's not all your fault, and shouting that all the time isn't dealing with it. The matter isn't dealing with the matter. It's running away from it. Basically, she's saying you can't, keep shouting and run away from your situation. You gotta face it head on. And then the argument leads to Knuckles going back to Angel Island. Then we see Julie Sue kind of in tears, saying she didn't mean to fight with it. Then we get back to the three-way fight between Metal Sonic, Sonic, and Scourge. And we hear Robotnik telling Metal Sonic to hang on. He's sending his reinforcements. That he's putting the finishing touches on. We have Sonic telling, Scourge, hey, everything I told you before, I meant morally. In other words, you could use what you have, the gifts that you have, to do what's right. Not to make yourself look like a bigger fool or a bigger jerk than you already are. And Scourge kind of counters by saying, hey, I'm not you anymore. And basically asking, what is being a hero done for him? On his planet, he's conquered it, and he did it his way. Here on Mobius, Sonic does things his way, and all people do is wave to him and say hi and be nice. While on his planet, Scourge's planet, everyone bows to him. And then Scourge basically tells Sonic, hey, you're full of untapped potential, and that you could conquer your planet, and that Sonic, with his untapped potential, can conquer his planet, and that together they could rock the entire multi-universe as unstoppable kings. And as he's asking, what do you say to that? Sonic's kind of like, because Sonic's kind of surprised that he got counter, talked by Scourge in the same way he talked to Scourge at one time. And then that's when Metal Sonic interrupts. And then we go back to Angel Island, where out of all people, you know, it's Charmy that kind of smooths things out, kind of makes sense of things. Because after Archimedes says, kind of tells, you know, Knuckles that Julie Sue is just worried about him, as they are. And Charmy is like, well, why is he so angry? And Archimedes is like, he's still got a lot to figure out from being Earthjack. And then, you know, Charmy comes up with saying, yeah, you know, I understand that. And at the times when his starts getting messed up because of what happened to him, he just distracts himself by saying there will always be more flowers. In other words, what Charmy is saying is, you know, basically what Charmy is saying is, hey, once you get, you know, if you let yourself get angry, what you need to do is distract yourself with something more positive. And it kind of surprises Knuckles that, you know, that was surprisingly relevant. And Archimedes says, go on back, you know, we got everything covered here. And Knuckles comes back as soon as the meeting is starting, apologizes to Julie Sue, saying, hey, I messed up. Can I say I'm sorry now? I'll work on it later. She apologizes for yelling, and they go off to the meeting. And she asks, should we go after Sonic? And he says, no, he's got everything under control. Oh, and as he's saying, and Knuckles says that, Sonic's like, well, this is starting to get out of hand. Kind of uses Metal Sonic to help him out unwillingly, and then tells Metal Sonic to have a seat. And then that's when the surprise newcomer in this one comes about, Metal Scourge. And Sonic's like, you've got to be kidding me. And Robotnik's saying, this is just something I threw together in hopes he likes it. And as far as the backstory goes, I have to say it's a good little lead-in to the game, and that it definitely gives you an idea who the characters are and why they do what they do. But overall, you know, I have to say the issue was pretty good. I think we're going to get a lot answered with the whole Suppression Squad, Scourge, you know, situation. I like the fact that, you know, things are Knuckles is starting to realize maybe he needs to just, you know, instead of being angry all the time, needs to distract himself, courtesy of what Charmy said, with something more positive. But, you know, overall, like I said, it was a great issue. Definitely a lot of hints. I mean, what you've seen with Miles, the way he acted towards Scourge, and the whole, you know, I think we just got a lot coming in the next couple of issues. I just got that feeling. And I've got a feeling before issue 200 comes around that Scourge and the Suppression Squad are going to be gone from this comic book, or at least gone from Mobius. I've got that feeling. And something tells me that the meeting that the Chaotix and the Freedom Fighters are going to have at the Council of Acorn, things are going to change. I got a feeling the Freedom Fighters and the Council of Acorn, well, not the Freedom Fighters, and not the Council of Acorn, but the Chaotix are going to basically argue the fact that, you know, what's probably to stop the Suppression Squad from coming into New Mobotropolis. That's what I got a feeling is going to happen. But overall, it's a good issue. I can't say any more about it. I gave it about maybe a 8 out of 10. Great lead into the game. A great look into the fact that, you know, Scourge kind of counteracts Sonic with a talk of his own, saying, hey, you got this oldest untapped potential yourself. Why don't you use it to conquer your planet instead of always being the hero? But like I said, overall, it was a good issue. If you haven't got it yet, I suggest you get it. And for those that have it, I'm happy for you guys. I hope you agree with this. But overall, I think what it is with Sonic and his reaction towards everything is, hey, you know, Sonic's basically looking at it probably the same way the Freedom Fighters and the Chaotix look at it. That, hey, you know, we're supposed to be working together to get Freedom HQ back. But, you know, in Sonic's own mind, I think he believes that if they could take Freedom HQ with such ease, if you will, then what's to stop them from taking New Mobotropolis? But overall, that's all I have to say about the issue again, and I hope you like my review. If you got any questions, leave them on my comment page, and I will talk to you all later when I do my September edition of my opinions on the Sonic comic book. Until then, God bless and take care.